Ruled today that Gatiso KT Molefe failed to prove exceptional circumstances that would warrant his release on bail. While opposing his release, prosecutors had argued that he could be linked with the alleged hitmen who are his co-accused through cell phone communication. As a result, Magistrate Boshoff said the evidential link between Molefe and his co-accused has increased, denying him bail. The NPA's Pindim Jonondwane says today's judgment affirms the rule of law.
One that seeks to give hope to society out there that as the criminal justice system, we will stop at nothing to promote the safety of the entire members of South Africa.
Molefe will remain behind bars and is expected to make his next court appearance next month. Khomzo Modise, Eyewitness News in Alexandra.
Let's stay in the courts. The case against a woman accused of running over a 13-year-old during a traditional ceremony in Ekurhuleni in June this year has now been postponed. Martha van der Walt is facing a charge of culpable homicide after ploughing through a group of girls in Germiston, killing Preeti Mahlangu. The girls were attending a traditional coming-of-age ceremony at the time. Van der Walt is currently out on 5,000 rand bail. Thando Luhlengcobo reports.
There is a large crowd of angry teenage girls and Katlehong community members outside the Germiston Magistrates Court today. Some of the girls are wearing black with traditional Zulu beads around their torsos, neck and head as they would wear in a traditional ceremony. The community, carrying posters with the slain teenager's face with the caption "Justice for Preeti," say they are here in support of the family. Martha van der Walt made a brief appearance at the Germiston Magistrates Court today, where her matter was postponed for further investigation. EWN understands that the video footage showing van der Walt plowed through the group of girls is still under investigation. The matter will return to court on the 26th of September. Thando Luhlengcobo, Eyewitness News.
To this now, Western Cape's serious and violent crime detectives are on the hunt for a third suspect in connection with the attack on 3 DA MPs in Philippi. Police Committee Chairperson Ian Cameron, Nicholas Gotzel and Lisa Schickling sustained injuries during an attempted hijacking yesterday. They were returning from an oversight visit at the Police Training College in Philippi when they came under attack in their car. Lauren Isaacs has more.
Taking to social media, Ian Cameron has called yesterday's incident a serious and deliberate attack which underscores the risks faced during oversight work. He says, however, incidents like this will not deter MPs as they remain determined to carry out their responsibility to ensure accountability and safety. Police apprehended an 18-year-old suspect after he sought medical assistance at a facility in Lentegeur last night. The teen was wounded when one of the vehicle occupants allegedly fired a shot during the attack, and the suspect remains in hospital under police guard. In the early hours of this morning, a 16-year-old suspect was nabbed in Brown's Farm. The suspects face attempted murder and attempted hijacking charges. Lauren Isaacs, Eyewitness News.
To this now, consumer price inflation has climbed to a 10-month high, putting extra pressure on household budgets. Stats SA says the rate rose to 3.5% in July, up from 3% in June. Food prices are leading that surge, with meat and vegetables as the biggest drivers. Mongezi Koko has more.
Inflation is creeping up again, and much of it is coming from what we eat. Meat prices, especially beef, have shot up more than 10% over the past year. If you bought a kilo of stewing beef last July for 95 Rand, you're paying around 124 Rand for the same cut today. Vegetables aren't helping either, up nearly 15%, with carrots, lettuce and tomatoes among the biggest climbers. But there's some relief too. Dairy and eggs are cheaper than last year, and even coffee lovers are getting a break as instant coffee prices start to fall. Outside the grocery basket, July also brought higher municipal tariffs, with water up 12% and electricity up 10%. And after 4 months of drops, fuel prices rose again, making it more costly to get to work or drive to the shops. Mongezi Koko, Eyewitness News.
And in Portugal, a third person has been killed while helping to fight wildfires that have ravaged large parts of the region. This brings the death toll to 3, according to the country's Civil Protection Service. The man who worked for a company which was hired to help officials to fight the fires died in an accident involving construction equipment. The wildfires are currently scorching Spain and Portugal, fueled by a record-breaking heat wave and drought blamed on climate change. Evacuations are ongoing. In Spain, thousands of people have been forced to flee their homes in the affected western regions. Gold is trading at $3,325.70 an ounce. The rand is at 17.69 to the dollar, 23.90 to the pound, 20.61 to the euro, and Brent crude oil is at $65.79 a barrel.
Well, at this stage, if you're heading towards the Edenville area, that's Alexandra. There's slow-moving traffic. N3 northbound between Linksfield Road and London Road. There's also slow-moving traffic approaching the intersection of Winnie Mandela Drive and Sloane. That's in the Bryanston area due to faulty traffic lights. Also, traffic lights not working in Alex, Marlborough Drive and Far East Bank.
It's a fine afternoon in Gauteng today. Temperatures have peaked at highs of between 25 and 26 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour, the National Prosecuting Authority has welcomed a ruling by the Alexandra Magistrates Court denying murder-accused businessman Katise KT Molefe bail.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
Gauteng's greatest awards with 702 and Yoko. Your vote is not just a click. It's a thank you, a nod, a way of saying we see you. Vote for your favorite local business now on primemediaplus.com.
You're with Relebogile Mabotja.
Live, streaming countrywide
On the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856,
92.7
and 106 FM.
Eight minutes after 1 o'clock. Welcome to 702 Afternoons with me, Relebogile Mabotja. Pleasure to be in your company on this Wednesday, the 20th of August. And we're going to have some interesting conversations. I want to kick off by asking what could be a sensitive one, a reflective one. I want to know how important it is for you that your job connects to your higher purpose, that it's not just about the paycheck, that you need your work to mean something greater than yourself. Or are you a person who is doing a job that you feel is not meaningful or fulfilling? What do you do about it? How do you approach it? And we can chat about those requirements for each and every one of us with our work. Then we, in our finance feature, are going to be talking about PayMe Now. Last week, one of you asked us if this PayMe Now is debt. It sounds like a loan. Let's have that conversation. We'll be joined by Denise Neetling, Head of Marketing and Communications at PayMe Now on our finance feature. And then our masterclass. Guys, I'm excited for this one. We're going to be talking about living wealthier with Standard Bank Private. And we'll be joined by Michelle Munemo, Head of CVP Private Banking at Standard Bank for that conversation. So if you are down to live wealthier, this conversation is for all of you. Get in touch with us. 011 883 0702. SMS us 31702. Tweet at Relebogile M at Radio 702 using the hashtag 702 Afternoons and the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702.
702 Afternoons
With Relebogile Mabotja
on 702.
Let's walk the talk.
Your job. Do you see your job as just employment? You are there to get paid. Is that how you see the work that you do? Do you look at your career and think to yourself, what I am doing is a calling? It is something where I know and understand that the dynamics are not always to my liking. I'm underslept, I'm underpaid, but it's something that I've been called to do. Or have you always grown up with the belief that, hey, e job, as we say. Again, we say e job. It's just there for you to trade in your time. Some might say you trade in your dreams for money. And then you pay your bills to exist. And you look for fulfillment in other places. Now, I struggle I absolutely struggle to connect with the idea of doing something that is not feeding my soul. I don't know a life outside of the life that I'm living. I do know that there are maybe certain jobs that had I been super wealthy, I might not have taken them on, but maybe that's more to do with the people, like the clients, than it is to do with the work itself. I feel like everything I am doing in my life is very purposeful and meaningful and fulfilling, even in moments where it has not looked like it. So everything from the work that I do on television, the work that I do online, the work that I do on radio, it has been steered towards me feeling like I'm living my truth, my calling. I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing beyond the randelas that the job comes with. I have had thoughts, though, of taking on jobs that are completely outside of what I deem as fulfilling or what I deem as my calling. Like, I've had these conversations where I say, wait again, guys, one day I'll just go to corporate. Give them 9 to 5, 9 to 5, where it doesn't matter. It's just about my KPIs. It's clocking in, it's clocking out. And maybe within that, I will try to find something of meaning to me. But I don't know a life outside of being a conversationalist, being a messenger, being a curious person who finds information and shares it. And I've been surrounded with those kinds of people because that's the life that I've lived. People who are creative, who are artists, who are going through the absolute most but would never be doing anything else. So tell me about you and your job. Are your conditions that, hey, I have to be at a job where I'm happy and there is something deeper and bigger to what I am that I'm doing? And maybe you can share with me the professions you have observed to say, Relebogile, this profession, because my sister does it, is a calling. It will never be a job. As in those that are doing it the way it's supposed to be done. So let's say nursing. Let's say teaching. There are those individuals who find themselves in a position where they're not sure what they want to do. And it's like, okay, well, here are the options. You're going to join the military, then you're going to do this, then you're going to do that. And then there are those people who have just known what they're meant to be doing. They have known and understood that teaching is where they need and want to be. That is their passion. I look at medical doctors. Do I believe that there are some medical doctors who are there because back in the day their parents were like, well, this is the profession. The people driving the nice cars are medical doctors. 1 + 1 = 2 to the power of in randelas. Therefore, I'm sure they're there. But all of you individuals that are working in jobs, in professions, you're not working in callings, you have not been able to monetize your passions. How are you doing it? And those of you that are absolutely living your passions, whatever they are. Share with us. I would love to hear from a taxi driver who is living his purpose. Is he there? A police officer who has grown up with this belief that it is my duty to serve my country and wear my uniform. Are there jobs that for you, you're like, there is no way that a single person loves to do this particular job? I don't believe, let me rephrase. I used to believe that there's no way a person would wake up one day and say, I want to be a domestic worker one day. Until these interesting documentaries would happen where now you get these obsessive compulsive cleaners. They're not necessarily domestic workers, but they clean people's houses for a living because they love transforming people's lives. But maybe you have seen a profession where you're like, Relebogile, there is no way a person wakes up and says, I want to work underground. I want to be there looking for diamonds and gold. Are there those professions? So I want to hear from you. 011 883 0702 and the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702.
Bongani Bingwa, 702 Breakfast.
Weekday mornings, 6 to 9.
Say the fish rots from the head. Now that rot is reaching the tail and that whole body has been corrupted. At what point is this irreversible?
When the wound and the pain is inflicted by our own on our own, it is much deeper. Poverty has a complexion and a gender. The last 30 years, the only people who made money is the Jewish people, the Afrikaners, and the Muslim people because they've got capital.
Professor Bonang Mohale.
Bongani Bingwa, 6 to 9.
On 702.
The Standard Bank Joy of Jazz 2025 is diving deep into the heart and art of jazz. This year, the legendary Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra with Wynton Marsalis are making a triumphant return to Johannesburg. Expect an unforgettable lineup with over 60 megastars gracing the stage, including Esperanza Spalding, Michelle Ndegetrelo, and our very own Sia Makuzeni, Amanda Black, Vusi Makaseni, Nduduzo Makatini, the Benjamin Jefta Trio, and many, many more. Buy tickets to this incredible 3-day festival from the 26th to the 28th of September. Tickets are selling fast via Ticketmaster. Take me there.
Hi everyone, I'm Dean McPherson, the Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure. Since I was appointed just over a year ago, we've laid a firm foundation in the department, and after tabling our 7.6 billion rand budget for growth, we're now turning plans into action. That means that we're moving government departments into our own state-owned buildings to save you billions of rands in rent. We're unlocking public land to build affordable housing, create shelters for victims of gender-based violence, and to boost food production. We're also tackling corruption head-on without fear or favor. And we're giving young South Africans real opportunities through a reformed EPWP program that focuses on skills and long-term jobs. And this is only the beginning. With your support, we're building a capable and professional department that delivers infrastructure, creates jobs, and puts public assets to work for the public good. The best is yet to come because we're building a better country for you, brick by brick.
As a business owner, would you rather deal with stacks of slips at the end of each day or have recons done instantly? Introducing Yoko Counter, the new all-in-one payments and points of sale system that removes the guesswork, the paperwork, and the time drain. Taking your business from chaos to control, guesswork to clarity, giving you back time to focus on what truly matters. Visit yoko.com today to find out more about the simple yet powerful out-of-the-box solution with free built-in point of sale software.
The Money Show.
Weekday evenings at 6.
Currency manipulation case in the Constitutional Court. What's on the line for us? Now, look, there are a lot of reputations on the line for the banks, but also for the Competition Commission and perhaps our authorities in general.
If the banks are found guilty, I think it's a really, really good sign that we do have working regulations in this country, and you can't simply mess with the South African government and get away with it.
Harry Scherzer, the CEO of Future Forex.
The Money Show
on 702. Let's walk the talk.
The Money Show, Stephen Grootes, is brought to you by ABSA CIB, backing the Ideas Fund by advancing capital to African infrastructure investment managers. Your story matters. ABSA is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
702 Afternoons.
With Relebogile Mabotja.
21 minutes after 1 o'clock, and we are talking about your jobs, your careers, your professions. Is it essential for you that your job is your calling, or is it actually just a luxury to be doing the thing that you love and being paid for it? I, at the age of 17 years, was just performing on stage. I loved it so much. And then the day I got my first job with Showtime, Fame the Musical, at the State Theatre, all I heard on the phone when I got the call was, and mind you, I was at school at the time, was congratulations, you got the part. And I was so happy. I didn't even think about money. That's how excited I was that I'm going to get to be on the State Theatre stage. I'm a teenager, like the biggest stage. I was so excited. And then they said, your salary is going to be 2,000 Rand a week. A week. What? Like, is that reserved for a lucky few? Or does everybody get to live their purpose and their calling? And I know I am blessed, I am privileged, I am all of these things. Mind you, that was in 2003 that happened. Because of what the economy is today, best believe that if I was not in this position, I would be doing anything that I needed to. I would be offering to clean houses. I would be a waitress. I would be whatever needs. I would be driving. Oh, no, wait. I wouldn't be driving buses. I would be a taxi driver because I look like one. 011 8830702 and the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702. We go to your voice notes.
It's Oliver here from Joburg. I hope you guys are doing well. Well, as you heard on the radio, there is a lot of inflation going on. That's 15% on all our groceries and, basic needs that we need. Everything is been going up. So nowadays, the only thing we work for is the bills. It's not really about what it is you want to do. What it is you want to do, you can finance it from actually getting a job and doing something that you might not actually like. As myself, I actually like what it is I'm doing currently because I'm in the baby industry, which makes quite a lot of money, but that's not my dream. My dream is to become a boxer. So
what?
It's all about, what you are doing to live. And especially if you have kids, you have to have something that's going to help you live and see the next day. But apart from that, it all depends on connections as well nowadays. But if you keep on pushing, I always say you hang around the barber shop long enough, sooner or later you'll get a haircut. So keep on pushing for whatever it is you're gunning for, whatever it is you wish to do in life, and you will get there. You will finally get a haircut.
Hi, Relebogile, Sarah from How to Be a Sport. I loved my job. I'm retired now. I worked in the film industry and it's not easy or glamorous, but I'm so happy that I spent my life doing work that I love to do. Otherwise, you wouldn't get up at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning or work 12 hours, 14 hours a day, would you? The remuneration was secondary. Important, but secondary. I wouldn't have been able to do it without loving my job.
Hi, Relebogile. Great show as always. Can I remain anonymous for this one? Well, my job, quote unquote, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I truly love it. It truly fulfills me that I am able to be there for my kids and my husband at any beacon time. For the longest time, I felt like I was in a rut and like it was just a revolving door of the same thing every day. But I've learned to appreciate it. I've learned to love it. But also I've learned to see it that I'm very privileged that I don't ever have to have this thing where I'm worried about work or anything like that. I can dedicate my time to my family and I can actually get things done, my own things done, and not have to wait for the weekend. I can do my hair during the week, my nails. Like by the time I pick up my kids at 2, I have done a full maintenance day on myself. So yeah, I am truly fulfilled by it. Thank you.
Yo, to the person who says you want to be a boxer, thank you for that advice. That stand outside the barber shop long enough, you'll eventually get a haircut. I did think about something. Also, the stay-at-home mom job. I know many women who love that job. I think for me personally, I would keep turning it into a production. Like, I don't think, I think I'd become the insufferable mother if I was in that position. But something that crossed my mind is the middle ground of finding, not being in the job that's your dream job or your dream profession, but finding things that you actually enjoy in it. There are people who start in a job that maybe is not their thing, but they find little projects within the company that are their thing, or they start to move into the spaces where that is their thing. Maybe there's also that middle ground where okay, cool, I'm doing this 9 to 5 for now, but somewhere in between. I mean, there are people who've left corporate where their previous employers are now their clients, and they've shifted their work to be doing the things that they absolutely love. Some of your WhatsApp messages that have come through, one says, my job is a means to an end. I started studying this year towards a degree that will help me go into a meaningful profession. So the money I earn helps me achieve this goal. I have never believed that any job requires loyalty to an employer. They will get rid of you at the drop of a hat. The only loyalty I have is to myself. Thank you so much for that one. Anonymous in Gauteng says, I am here to collect a salary. I'm in banking risk management. Good afternoon. Relebogile, you've absolutely nailed it. As someone currently seeking new opportunities, after 8 years away from the radio industry, I am determined to return to my passion. I know that radio and TV are where I truly belong. With years of experience in the media industry and having worked for broadcasting stations both in Botswana and South Africa, radio is not just my career, it is my calling. I'm ready to bring my skills and enthusiasm back into the industry that runs in my veins. And what a blessing it is to know what it is that runs in your veins. There are people who don't even know where to start. They are biding time, still trying to figure out what it is, right? You're earning that income, but you have not yet found that thing that burns the fire within you. You have not. Anonymous, please, label great topic. I am sickly and have just found out that I have to be readmitted into hospital tomorrow morning. I am dreading it. Albeit a private hospital and the best of the best, the nurses are cold and abusive, especially when I am immobile, stuck to machines and to go to the toilet on myself. You can tell they hate their jobs and it's just for the salary. That is heartbreaking to hear. I think I've only had 2 terrible experiences with nurses, which were maybe a little bit personality specific, where I felt like boundaries were crossed. I've been fortunate enough, and I don't know if it's because it was a private hospital. I don't know if it's because it's me. I also recognize that people, if they recognize who you are, will not treat you the same way as if they don't recognize who you are. So I'm not sure, but I'm so sorry to hear that. More of your messages are coming through on 072 702 1702 and give us a call on 011 883 0702. It's 1:30. Time for your latest Eyewitness News headlines. Good afternoon.
Thanks, Relebogile. Good afternoon. The National Prosecuting Authority has welcomed a ruling by the Alexandra Magistrates Court denying murder-accused businessman Katiso KT Molefe bail. Molefe made a brief appearance in the court this morning. He is facing murder charges for allegedly orchestrating the hits on musicians Upa Sifuka as well as Hector Buthelezi. Former independent candidate Anele Mda has been ordered to issue an apology to ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula over remarks she made about him. On the 7th of July, Mda posted on social media platform X that Mbalula was implicated in the death of Northwest businessman Wandile Bozwana. In October 2015, Bozwana was shot 9 times in his car while at a traffic light in Pretoria. And DA Member of Parliament Nicholas Gotzel says it's still too early to say whether an attack that left him and 2 colleagues injured was targeted. Gotzel, together with Police Committee Chairperson Ian Cameron and Lisa Schikkeling, were attacked by 3 suspects who threw bricks at their vehicle in Philippi yesterday. Police have arrested 2 suspects while the search for another continues. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 2 or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
In Edenville, Linksfield area, there's bumper-to-bumper traffic. This is on the N3 northbound between Linksfield Road and London Road. There's also slow-moving traffic in the Devland area. This is heading towards Eldorado Park. Roadworks causing delays on the Golden Highway between the N1 and Union Avenue. Otherwise, the rest of 702 land not looking too bad. Flowing across most parts of the province. Just look out for those faulty traffic lights though. That's in the Edenville area, Modderfontein Road and Van Riebeck. Traffic lights also out of order in Rand Park Ridge at Bayers Nodia and the N1. If you come across any other traffic issues, please SMS us on 31702. We are also on X at EWN Traffic.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
Life's full of moments that need the right support, whether it's a dream vacation, everyday expenses, or surprise costs. So give yourself some credit with a Visa F&B credit card, a life resource that gives you e-bucks, travel perks, interest-free periods, and more. Apply for a Visa F&B credit card online or visit your nearest branch today. Help changes everything. T's, C's, and earn rules apply. Credit is subject to meeting the qualifying criteria. F&B is a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and credit provider.
When you empower a woman, you empower a whole nation. Women have a remarkable way of multiplying whatever is placed in their hands. This August, we're celebrating Women's Month with the theme Building Resilient Economies for All. We reflect and honor the courageous women of 1956 who took a stand against the injustices of the past. We also recognize and celebrate all South African women who continue to lead, build, and inspire across every part of our society, from business and education to peace building and beyond. Yes, there is still much to be done. The pursuit to achieving total gender equality and empowerment will continue until every woman is able to enjoy the benefits of a safe and just society. #Rekaufela Basadi. #Women's Month 2025. A message by the National Department of Sport, Arts and Culture.
Dear Journal, trying to be an adult at 3,469. Just had a fantastic 2-hour meeting. It was so productive that we accomplished nearly as much as I could have done with one well-written email.
Hating the corporate 9 to 5? Get covered at pineapple.co.za. It's easy and like 19 Rand a day, so it's 100% the insurance for you. Underwritten by Old Mutual Alternative Risk Transfer Insurer Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP. Premiums are risk profile dependent.
Franchise your future with the vision to invest, the mindset to follow a proven system, and the drive to grow something of your own. Meet the minds behind smart investments and proven franchise success on Franchise Your Future with me, Relebogile Mabotja, brought to you by Cash Converters on 702. Plus, you could win 10,000 Rand and to kickstart your journey to franchise your future. Hit primemediaplus.com now. Then, every Tuesday from 1 p.m., catch Franchise Your Future on afternoons with Relebogile Mabotja, brought to you by Cash Converters. Your money, your momentum on 702. Let's walk the talk.
Your voice.
Your life.
Your afternoon radio.
On 702 Afternoons.
With Relebogile Mabotja.
25 minutes to 2 o'clock. We are continuing our conversation around your jobs, careers, your 9 to 5s, if they are fulfilling, and if it is critical for them to be fulfilling, or it's just a job. It's just where you go to collect a paycheck. E job. I have shared how I don't know a life outside of doing the things that I love and getting paid for it. My standard is very high in that regard, but because I have been extremely fortunate, and I don't know how after more than 20 years, I don't just get to continue to do my job. I keep getting to discover new things within my industry that I can do, that I'm good at, and that I love to do. I can't imagine myself doing anything else but being in this arts and media and entertainment and music space. So I want to hear from all of you, especially those of you that do not have any deeper calling in the work that you do. How do you do it every day? Go in and clock out in a job that is just paying your bills. Like, that's what it is. 011 883 0702 in the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702. Let's go to the lines. Lauren in Johannesburg. Hi.
Hi, Relebogile. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes.
I feel like your message was actually referring to me because I don't know what my calling is. And every day my colleagues tell me I'm actually a person that's supposed to be working hand in hand with Wendy Nola.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm like every week on Hello Peter complaining about bad service.
So let me ask you, Lauren, what is your current profession?
I'm in the insurance industry.
Okay, so you do insurance, and
Yeah.
is there any part of your job that feels fulfilling? Maybe it's even the part where a client gets their claim.
I'm actually in the underwriting, so I'm more like doing the admin work. So also when maybe our managers are lenient on paying claims or writing off premiums on those, that person that would be like refusing, no. Right is right. We need to treat everybody the same,
Yes.
and this premium is due. So yeah, I'm that type of person.
So if you won 100 million rand jackpot, what
Yeah.
would you quit your job immediately?
No,
You
I would
wouldn't?
plan. No,
Okay,
I would first want to plan.
Okay, so let's say the planning period is done. What would you
Yeah.
spend your time doing? Like every day, what would you be doing with your time?
Sure. The one thing that I would really enjoy is like doing what Wendy Nola is doing, tackling the companies that are not giving great service, and yeah, such things. That's my passion.
So I'm in no way a career expert, but
Yeah.
I think that's already the direction. If you know that in essence you want to fight for the Davids against the Goliaths, that you want to fight for the little guys that companies are taking advantage of people, I think it goes beyond consumer rights. You know, that could even go into the space of law. That could go into the space of, serving people.
Yeah, because even in my company, I would speak up for everyone, whereas I feel people don't speak up for themselves. So I will be the voice of, what do you call it?
Of the
Reason.
voiceless.
Yeah.
There's your calling, Lauren. You could be the one starting a union there. Start a union at the company you work for. You've got your calling, and sometimes we don't have the exact name or the right job title, but already I could hear the smile in your voice as you started speaking about it. That's already the direction you need to start taking.
Oh, if only I wasn't so lazy to study. That's my problem.
Remember, you don't always have to start that way. Be creative with how you can fulfill that purpose. It might even just start with volunteering. It might not mean go and study. It might just mean starting, in your own community. You might be the one now speaking for 10 residents against issues in your area. It could be so many things. And I think what a great a place to be at in your life where you start to figure out what it is that you love. But thank you so much for your call, Lauren. More of your voice notes on 072 702 1702.
Dumela Relebogile and Team Kingsley from Germiston. I consider myself so incredibly blessed because for the most part, I've always been able to do work that has deeper meaning and purpose for me. And it hasn't always necessarily been in the same sort of field, but it's always had deeper meaning, and it's always been the kind of work that feeds the soul. From working on the nation's brand to working with children, I've been very, very blessed. And for me, it's critical that you do something that makes you come alive. It also means there have been times when I've walked away from sort of financial stability and long-term growth in inverted commas. But for me, following my heart and doing that passion is more important than anything else.
You're Relebogile. What a lovely topic. So, Mina, I'm a CA by profession. I'm still working in profession, but I also run I'm working a 9 to 5, but I run like 3 other businesses on the side, and I love being an entrepreneur. I run 3 businesses and they're making quite a bit of money combined. I'd probably say around 10 million, but I would rather hire people because just the insecurity of entrepreneurship just scares me to the core. And I just hear my mom's voice at the back of my mind, well, yo, guys, I work too hard for you guys to be poor. So I'm just like, I'd rather employ people than actually leaving my job and fully focusing on business. So interesting topic.
Relebogile, ke Thembile. I think I'm double your age, just for FYI. Yeah. I always, I can't say I'm inspired by you being double your age, but I'm so in awe and you inspire our kids. I love how you always share so honestly your achievements, your experience of life. You honestly are inspiration to our kids. I love you. You deserve everything that comes your way. Mom Thembile.
Mom Thembile, thank you so much. That just, it reaffirms that I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing. And I'm going to warn you guys, I'm approaching 40 very soon. Like I'm 2.5 weeks away. I'm going to be extremely emotional, especially with the feedback that I get, because I also do question myself. Just because I'm living my purpose doesn't mean it's easy. It's sometimes very difficult. There are days I come in and my team sees the difficult parts of air where I'm psyching myself up to come on air, because life is happening and because this space can be extremely challenging. I'm not even going to lie to you. I would not be doing anything else though. And when I do doubt myself, like, should I still be doing this? Will I still have ideas? Am I still creative? Do people even care what I have to say? Then you guys remind me. So thank you. I'm warning you, there are going to be lots of tears between now and my birthday. Some of your messages, hi 702 family, please keep me anonymous. I'm working for Johannesburg Water under commercial loss as an investigator, and my job is very much interesting, where I have to account for water that is not accounted for. Also dealing with an illegal connection, taking boreholes, water samples, why the meter was not read or being estimated too much. There's a lot of driving. I get a chance to interact with consumers on a daily basis, cut water for people that are not complying with the water by loss. I can say we're enforcing this by loss, lol. I have enough time to listen to 702 every day. Thank you so much, family, and thank you. Hi, Titi from Reimsig. I'm a crisis manager. It's always rewarding to resolve or respond to a large-scale events that could lead to business or operational disruption. Mara challenge is that my career is following me at home. Whenever people have problems, I become the go-to person. Ngeke. When I do, I rest, is what he has to say there. Thank you so much, Titi. Maybe if your job follows you home, it means it's what you're meant to be doing. Maybe that's what it is. Reportile, please keep me anonymous. My current job salary is paying for my school fees. I so badly want to go into a different field. I've been in the media monitoring space for almost years, but I'm still getting a salary below 15K. Imagine, and I'm in my 40s. I am so sorry that is the case for you. Relebogile, I'm a candidate attorney doing articles at a law firm in Pretoria. Every day I get to wake up, I ask myself if being a lawyer is really worth it. I'm so tired and I have back pain that doesn't seem to go away. The only thing that's keeping me going is the hope that once I get admitted as an attorney, the type of work I do won't be as brutal on my body. I honestly think I should have chosen another career. That's from Anonymous in Pretoria. I'm so sorry that some of you are going through such difficult times. More of your voice notes on 0727021702.
Hi, I'm Charmaine. By profession, I am a teacher, specifically an early childhood development teacher. And currently, I am a tattoo artist by passion. And I would say that being an artist in general, be it tattoos, fine art, poetry, you name it, is a career that is hardly ever recognized. So I do actually think that that is something that you have to have a passion for. It's a calling more than it is a thing that someone would have to do for money. I mean, I quit my job being a teacher to sitting in the studio with no money and not being sure of where my next income is going to come from, doing workshops on random months. You know, it's a very heavy thing to carry, to know that I have to do it because I want to do it, I need to do it, and there's nothing else I can do besides being an artist.
Hi, Relebogile. Yeah, simple. I'm in a job that it's not really what I wanted. Enjoying it, but I think I will enjoy more if I go into my skill set job, and I'm working towards that. It's really not easy. I believe that maybe 70% of the people are working in the jobs that because there's no jobs, they just went for a job. That's me, but we'll get there. Anonymous. Thanks.
Hi, Relebogile, this is Busi. I'm in a job. Okay, I got the job. It was not my dream job. I was applying and not even qualified for, but I managed to find joy in, let's say I have a query and a recon that I have to reconcile, I have to do, and I have to balance that recon. The adrenaline in me for me to balance that recon, even if it takes me a week, I will do it, and I will be very fulfilled when I balance that recon. On the flip side, I would really like to be a stay-at-home mom, even though my boys are grown, but I would like to stay at home, look after my family, maybe even undertaking sewing classes and gardening. But yeah, Ramaphosa era doesn't allow me to be a stay-at-home mom. Great show as always.
Thank you so much. One message here says, my dream was to be a police officer, but unfortunately it was not to be. Now I'm doing fitter and Tana, which pays nice. What is Tana? What is Tana? Fitter and Tana? Maybe somebody can help and educate me on that. I have to say, when you were mentioning Cyril Ramaphosa's economy, I think I would be an amazing president. I think there's a part of me that likes to fight for the little guys. I'm not saying I'd be an amazing president in the current state of our politics, because there are politics behind the scenes. But I think I would make a dope president. Like, yo, guys, imagine, mo presidente, walena, I would be there.
At the heart of global conversations shaping our future, Africa's voice is more important than ever. As proud lead sponsor of the B20, the Standard Bank Group is honored to showcase the continent's growth, partnerships, and potential on the world stage. Because driving Africa's growth isn't just our ambition, it's our purpose. Tune in every Monday from 3 p.m. for the Standard Bank B20 in brief for key insights and updates around the B20. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
Flu can be severe, especially for young children, older adults, and those with underlying health conditions. Do one thing for them. Consider vaccination to protect you and your loved ones against flu. Speak to your healthcare provider today to book an appointment covered by most medical schemes. A message brought to you by Sanofi.
To walk the talk is to turn words into meaningful actions. And it's what we at 702 are committed to doing every day. We are also committed to following the rules set out by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission's Code of Conduct. To give you balanced programming, fair comments, and accurate news. But if we stumble along the way and you feel we are not living up to the code, let us know on comment@702.co.za. And if after that you're still not happy, you can direct your complaint in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission. Email bccsa@nabsa.co.za. For more, visit bccsa.co.za.
What if a few small shifts could dramatically boost retirement incomes? This Thursday on 702 Breakfast, Old Mutual Corporate will bring you more learnings shared at the recent Old Mutual Thought Leaders Forum. This time, we'll look at some of the ways employers can help improve retirement saving. We're talking real-world impact, employer case studies, and the smart shifts that are reshaping the future of retirement. Join the conversation Thursday, the 21st of August, brought to you by Old Mutual Corporate on 702.
702 Finance Feature.
Time for our finance feature at 8 minutes to 2 o'clock. And we're going to be talking about PayMe Now. Is it a loan? A question was asked by one of you as we were chatting about managing your debt last week. So we are bringing in Denise Neetling, Head of Marketing and Communications at PayMe Now, to chat to us about how it works. 011-883-0702, the WhatsApp line 072-702-1702. Denise, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's such an honor to be on your show and to debunk any myths that there is about PayMe Now.
Denise, your microphone is sounding a little bit muffled. Can you try that again?
Sorry, can you hear me better now, Relebogile?
Much better, yes. Go ahead.
Okay, that's why I said thanks to you for the opportunity to be on the show to, like I say, debunk any myths that there might be about PayMe Now, how it works, and how it benefits and empowers those using the platform. So thanks for the opportunity.
All right, so tell us exactly how it works, because there are some listeners who were saying, is it debt, is it a loan?
Okay, so the short answer to that is no, not at all. PayMe Now is an earned wage access and financial wellness and empowerment platform that is built to empower people, liberate them, and uplift them. So at our core, we believe financial freedom is not just a luxury, it's a right that every person has. That's why we didn't create earned wage access, but we were the first one to bring it to South African shores. And it basically just puts you in control of your financial wellness during the course of the month. Let's look at the reality of life. Everybody has unexpected or emergency costs during the course of the month. Right? Cost of living is quite high. Our interest rate is high. So there's always going to be some.
Oh, Denise, just repeat. You said there's always going to be?
There's always going to be unexpected costs or emergencies that you didn't bargain or budget for. Now, if you are not in the position where you have alternative funds or credit that you can use to cover these expenses, you're going to have to turn to a loan shark or a loan, have to turn to debt. But with PayMe Now, we say, listen, if it's 10 days into the month, 5 days into the month, you have effectively earned that amount of days worth of salary. But because our salary or payday doesn't necessarily align with life's spending rhythms, we've now got to wait until the end of the month before I can get access to any of this money that I've already worked for. Now, PayMe Now says, let's give you access to some of that money, not all of it. We are a very responsible platform. We will never allow you to get access to your full salary during the course of the month. It's just access to some of it if you need it to cover unexpected costs. So we partner with an employer to integrate with their payroll system, and then we offer a seamless and responsible alternative.
Oh,
and
Denise, we
financial
are
desperation.
struggling a little bit with your network, and I'm hoping that it's going to get better as we continue the conversation. In terms then of if a person is listening and they're wondering why can't they just go up to their HR and ask for an advance? Maybe it's been done before. Is it because that for many companies, it's not a standard, and maybe this setup of PayMe Now provides a structure where it's not going to leave an employer in a fix or a bind, as well as the employee?
That's the thing, Relebogile. It takes that cash flow burden off of a company, and also kind of take the subjectiveness out of doing internal advances. I mean, a silly example, let's say I have to go ask my manager for an advance on my salary because something has happened. Now, I have to go and my colleague has to go. But yesterday I did something that upset my manager. Now we both go, we both ask for an advance. Now the manager basically, not saying that they will, but there's the subjectivity as to how this will be dealt with. Now there's also the cash flow implications on a company for having to finance these. Whereas PayMe Now says, let's give this employee that dignity back, not having to ask someone for an advance. Let's ensure that my money matters remains my private matters. I can go to work with my head held high because nobody has to know if there's any financial insecurities or stresses that I have. Because if I need money during the course of the month, I don't have to go and ask my manager for it. I can merely, through PayMe Now, confidentially and responsibly and safely get access to a portion of the money that I've actually already worked for throughout that month. So that is how PayMe Now works. And we don't just offer earned wage access. We offer an array of offerings that improve your financial wellness. So apart from access to a portion of your earned but unpaid wages, we also give you access to vouchers for necessity items like electricity, airtime, and data, completely free of any additional fees. Apart from that, we also offer you the opportunity to save money into an interest-bearing money market account. And of course, while these three things, earned wage access, vouchers for necessity items free of fees, and the savings account, will already aid in improving your financial wellness and your quality of life, because we're enabling you to overcome your financial strides and to save for the future. We know that we need to couple this with financial training and education, so that we not only empower you today, but we also empower you with the knowledge and education on how to continue these healthy money management habits moving into the future. So on PayMe Now, you also get access to free financial training modules to improve your knowledge on how to better manage your money.
And I think, so Denise, you really have broken it down quite well. And I know that the PayMe Now services, I think they also popped by Prime Media, but I hope all of the listeners are answered in terms of what it all provides.
My friend always says, not my problem, bro. But what if it was your sister, your mother, your daughter? Gender-based violence is everyone's problem. And good men don't look away. If you see abuse, don't be silent. Report it. Call the SA Police on 10111 or the GBVF Command Center on 0800 428 428. Strong men protect. Strong women stand up. Together, we can end gender-based violence and femicide. Break the vicious cycle. Act now. A message from Government Communications, the GCIS.
Year in, year out, we're fixing tires faster than a Formula One pit crew. My team is on top of things like tire whisperers. If an unforeseen accident were to happen in my workshop, at least I've got My Way business insurance to keep the wheels turning.
Visit myway.co.za or dial 0860 64 64 64 and get a quote today. My Way is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's, C's and standard rates apply. My Way. Live your way.
In the next hour of the show, Masterclass on living wealthier. Make sure you tune in. It's 2 o'clock.
This is EWN.
Good afternoon, I'm Bali Dlamini. The National Prosecuting Authority has welcomed a ruling by the Alexandra Magistrates Court denying murder-accused businessman Katiso KT Molefe bail. Molefe made a brief appearance in the court this morning. He is facing murder charges for allegedly orchestrating the hits on musicians Oupa Sefoka and Hector Buthelezi, popularly known as DJ Sambodi and DJ Ventos, respectively. Khomotso Modise reports.
Magistrate Relebogile ruled today that Katiso KT Molefe failed to prove exceptional circumstances that would warrant his release on bail. While opposing his release, prosecutors had argued that he could be linked with the alleged hitmen who are his co-accused through cell phone communication. As a result, Magistrate Boshoff said the evidential link between Molefe and his co-accused has increased, denying him bail. The NPA's Pindim Jonondwane says today's judgment affirms the rule of law.
One that seeks to give hope to society out there that as the criminal justice system, we will stop at nothing to promote the safety of the entire members of South Africa.
Molefe will remain behind bars and is expected to make his next court appearance next month. Khomotso Modise, Eyewitness News in Alexandra.
The case against a woman accused of running over a 13-year-old during a traditional ceremony in Ekurhuleni in June has now been postponed. Martha van der Walt is facing a charge of culpable homicide after ploughing through a group of girls in Germiston, killing Preeti Mahlangu. The girls were attending a traditional coming-of-age ceremony at the time of the accident. Van der Walt is currently out on 5,000 Rand bail. Thandoluhle Ngcobo has more.
There is a large crowd of angry teenage girls and Katlehong community members outside the Germiston Magistrates Court today. Some of the girls are wearing black with traditional Zulu beads around their torsos, neck and head as they would wear in a traditional ceremony. The community, carrying posters with the slain teenager's face with the caption "Justice for Preeti," say they are here in support of the family. Martha van der Walt made a brief appearance at the Germiston Magistrates Court today where her matter was postponed for further investigation. EWN understands that the video footage showing van der Walt plowed through the group of girls is still under investigation. The matter will return to court on the 26th of September. Thandoluhle Ngcobo, Eyewitness News.
To this now, DA Member of Parliament Nicholas Gotzel says it's still too early to say whether an attack that left him and two colleagues injured was targeted. Gotzel, together with Police Committee Chairperson Ian Cameron and Lisa Schickling, were attacked by three suspects who threw bricks at their vehicle in Philippi yesterday. Police have arrested two suspects while the search for another continues. An investigation is underway with serious and violent crime detectives roped in to the probe. Speaking on the midday report today, Gotzel says he remains uncertain about the motive for the attack.
You know, I don't want to speculate on that. My personal feeling is that it was an opportunistic attack. It was a little bit strange. I'm told that there was another attack on a Vodacom employee earlier in the day. That might show us the brazenness and the fact that they know that they can get away with it.
Former independent candidate Hanele Mda has been ordered to issue an apology to ANC Secretary-General Fikile Mbalula over remarks she made about him. On the 7th of July, Mda posted on social media platform X that Mbalula was implicated in the death of Northwest businessman Wandile Bozwana. In 2015, Bozwana was shot 9 times in his car while at a traffic light in Pretoria. Last year, 4 men were sentenced to 30 years behind bars for the murder. Thabiso Koba reports.
Wandile Bozwana and Fikile Mbalula were close friends at the time of his death. The ANC Secretary-General even spoke at Bozwana's funeral. In court papers, Mbalula says he was hurt when Hanele Mda linked him to the murder of his friend. In response, Mda told the court she was relying on a 2019 article by The Citizen which linked Mbalula to Bozwana's death. However, High Court Judge Selby Baqwa did not buy this defense, considering the fact that Mda's comments came almost a year after Bozwana's killers were sentenced. In addition to being slapped with a court order, Mda has also been ordered to retract her statement and issue a public apology to Mbalula within 24 hours. Thabiso Koba, Eyewitness News.
And the United States has struck deportation deals with Honduras and Uganda. Uganda has agreed to take an unclear number of African and Asian migrants who had claimed asylum on the US-Mexico border, while Honduras will receive several hundred deported people from Spanish-speaking countries. Human rights campaigners have condemned the policy, saying migrants face the risk of being sent to countries where they could be harmed. CBS is currently reporting that the Trump administration has broadened its search for countries which can accept migrants that are not their own citizens. Gold is trading at $3,325.70 an ounce. The rand is at 17.70 to the dollar, 23.90 to the pound, 20.61 to the euro, and Brent crude oil is at $65.79 a barrel.
Well, at this stage, if you're heading towards Bedford View in the Edenville area, there's still bumper-to-bumper traffic. This is on the N3 southbound between Modderfontein Road and Linksfield Road. Also slow-moving traffic approaching the intersection of Malibongo Drive and Mahogany in the Randburg area due to faulty traffic lights. Also traffic lights not working in Rand Park Ridge at Bayers Nodia and the N1 North.
It's a fine afternoon in Gauteng today. Temperatures have peaked at highs of between 25 and 26 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour, the NPA has welcomed a ruling by the Alexandra Magistrates Court denying murder-accused businessman Katiso KT Molefe bail.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
Gauteng's greatest awards at 702 and Yoko. Let's celebrate excellence, one vote at a time. Go to primediaplus.com now to vote for the finalist that makes Gauteng feel like home.
You're with Relebogile Mabotja.
Live, streaming countrywide
On the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856,
92.7
and 106 FM.
Minutes after 2 o'clock, the second and final hour of 702 afternoons with me, Relebogile Mabotja, and I am looking forward to this hour. It is going to be a masterclass where we will be talking about living wealthier together with Standard Bank Private. That conversation is still to come, but I wanted to take a minute to just read some of your messages around this concept of jobs that you are passionate about or jobs that are just jobs. One says, Relebogile, I wanted to be a psychologist and a politician, but now I'm a wine consultant and a part-time preacher. I find out that all these have one thing in common: the work with the mind of my audience or clients and customers. Many people say I can be a great lawyer. It is never too late. Maybe you won't have the title of lawyer or advocate, but you can advocate for people. You can speak up for the little guy. You can speak up for those without platforms or voices or even capacity to speak up for themselves. So psychologist and politician versus wine consultant and part-time preacher. I think wine consultant and psychologist, same WhatsApp group somehow. I think it somehow works into this amazing message that you sent. It's unsigned. You must never doubt yourself, Relebogile. I, for one, really appreciate you and thank you for your show, Unpacked. I really enjoy it. It teaches us what to look out for in our, Untied, in our relationships and marriages. Thank you so much for all of your messages that have come through. Get in touch with us for our masterclass on living wealthier. 011-883-0702. SMS us 31702. Tweet at Relebogile M at Radio 702 using the hashtag 702 afternoons and the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702.
702
Masterclass.
Masterclass time on 702 afternoons. And this masterclass is brought to you by Standard Bank Private right here on 702. And we're going to be talking about something all of us want, and that is to live wealthier. So in this masterclass powered by Standard Bank Private, we explore the journeys of extraordinary individuals who are designing a wealthier life and making smart financial moves that build legacies, just like you can with the right partner at your side. And this is what inspires this new campaign, Live Wealthier with Standard Bank Private. To find out more, we're going to be speaking to the head of CVP Private Banking at Standard Bank, Michelle Munemo, on 702. And don't forget, Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply. Michelle, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Relebogile. Thank you for having me, and good afternoon to the audience as well.
I am very excited for this conversation of living wealthier. But before we delve into how we get to do that, please tell us what CVP Private Banking is.
So CVP means client value propositions, but in simple English,
yes,
my job and my colleagues' role is to make sure that we understand our clients' needs. So we know that our clients are diverse. We know that there are different people with different needs. So our job is really, from a private banking perspective, to understand their needs. And what we then do with that is develop solutions that are tailored to their needs. So in simple English, understanding the client and solving for the client is what we do.
I'm just thinking about the fact that your job is a tough one, in the sense that it's not like there's a one size fits all. You have to come in and assess an individual's specific needs, but not just their needs, their goals and dreams of where they're trying to go, and maybe also acknowledging where they come from. If maybe they had a rough financial patch where they might have lost a lot of money, or maybe have suddenly come into money. What is the biggest lesson you have learned about people in their relationships with money doing the work that you do?
You're absolutely correct in saying that there are so many diverse personalities and money personalities as well, right? Because everybody has a different money personality. I think the biggest lesson for me is start where you are. I think we often feel as if we need to be somewhere else, and it's great to have that aspiration and that ambition and those dreams. But I think just accepting where you are and starting where you are is really important. So even in how we solve for our clients, how we speak to our clients, how we extend our solutions to our clients, we meet you exactly where we are. What we then do is we take a lot of time to understand where you want to go and partner with you to then take you on that journey. So for me, it's start where you are, accept where you are, but also have that dream and ambition to go further.
I think that's it's almost such a powerful life mantra, and not just around the finances aspect of start where you are. And what I've realized with many people, because I also am for that saying, start where you are with what you have. Don't wait to have the best camera. Don't wait to have the best, international budget to travel. Go next door if you're not leaving the house. But what are we missing, particularly when it comes to finances, where we don't know where we are? I think if we think about the psychology, we don't like bad news. So some of us, we will know it's rough right now, and we don't want to go through the fine-tooth comb details of how rough it is. Can we chat briefly about how to actually start with where you are? If I'm to sit with you and you're going to start assessing where I am, because as we've acknowledged, there's the psychology of the money and the psyche, where I might be feeling ashamed because you're go TV, go radio, but broke.
Yeah, I think that what is important is, in order for us to start where we are, we need to look back at where we came from, right? So that could be successes, it could be some mistakes. A lot of the time there's some shame which comes with it in terms of how I've managed my money in the past. But let's really take stock of how we've arrived where we are. I think it's really, really important to walk that journey with somebody who can then sort of guide you around. Yes, this is where we've been, but from here, for us to move forward to that wealth that you aspire to, these are the things that we need to do. So if we just double click on that, there are a number of tools that an individual can use. So I think just taking stock of income and your expenses. So what's coming in every month and what's going out. I think a lot of people might be quite surprised when you look at that in detail. So it could be that Uber Eats every day. On a daily basis, it might seem like a small amount, but it adds up, right, at the end of the month. So really just looking at that. And yes, your coffee every day. But worry not, we'll get to how we can help you to have your coffee every day. So really looking at your expenses, where your money is going, as it's coming in, where is it actually going? Finding opportunity to rationalize, to review, to think that. I think that's one tool that's available. Budgeting as well becomes really important. So you need to have a plan for that money before it comes in. I think we all know that feeling of I've had some money come in, whether it's a salary, a lump sum, and if there is no plan, it kind of just leaks almost. So we need to take stock of what is coming in and what we are going to do with it. So just those two are two really powerful tools around looking back to understand how we got where we are, which is looking at my income and expenses, but also then going forward, how are we planning for that income? And that's through budgeting. And there are a number of tools that you can use. There are online tools. We have one on the Standard Bank website. Those are tools that are readily and easily accessible for anybody who's really looking to understand the past behavior as well as start to look forward in terms of financial planning.
There's a line you just said that I'm stealing. Stealing. It's when you said, let's double click on that. I absolutely love that line. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to chat about what this new positioning is of Live Wealthier with Standard Bank. So as we take this break, we already have the first nugget, which is where am I? What's coming in? What's going out? What is coming in and where should it be going? What is coming in and where is it actually going as I throw my coffee cup in the dustbin?
It's that time of the year. Sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, blocked noses and coughs. It's time to live, work, play and sleep allergy-free. For trusted relief for you and your family this allergy season, ask your pharmacist for the Adcock Ingram OTC Allergy Survival Pack. With products like Allergex Non-Drowsy, Cetisid, Levogex and more, we have you covered. Remember, Adcock Ingram OTC. And visit beprepared365.co.za.
Step inside and the world slows down. Your salon or spa is where transformation happens. From relaxing treatments to confidence-boosting makeovers, they make you feel incredible inside and out. Now's your chance to say, I see you. Vote for them as Gauteng's greatest beauty salon spa at primemediaplus.com. Voting closes on the 27th of August. Make it count, because Gauteng isn't just the hub of business. It's the home of excellence, and excellence deserves your applause. Gauteng's greatest awards with 702, powered by Yoko.
When it comes to protecting your workforce, trust the workwear brand that has been protecting workers for over 150 years, Sweetall. Sweetall has overalls and uniform solutions for every industry, so your team is safe, comfortable, and ready to tackle any challenge. Visit our new Boksburg showroom, shop A1 Atlas Road, Westwood, Boksburg, or go to sweetall.com today. Sweetall, we never let you down. Superior protective workwear since 1871.
The Festival of Motoring, powered by Westbank, brings the spirit of Ubuntu to the Kyalami Grand Prix circuit from the 29th to the 31st of August. Experience thrilling track drives, 4x4 adventures, drifting, supercar hot laps, and F1 demos. Get your tickets on Howler and use the promo code RADIO for a special discount. The Festival of Motoring, the power of new.
You're experiencing the vision, purpose, and success on the Masterclass with the Relebogile Mabotja, brought to you by Standard Bank Private on 702.
20 minutes after 2 o'clock, and we continue with our Masterclass on living wealthier with Standard Bank Private. We take your calls on 011 883 0702 and the WhatsApp line 072 7021 702 as we chat to Michelle Munemo, head of CVP Private Banking at Standard Bank. Michelle, when we speak about this new positioning of living wealthier. What does that mean? I have learned that our definitions of wealthy are not the same. And maybe we can start a step back. What's the difference between rich and wealthy?
You will hear many answers to that. But I think one way to frame it is wealth is something that is generational. Wealth is passed down from generation to generation.
Listen. You're speaking the language that we're all trying to live is have our children be able to walk around with that inheritance, not
Absolutely.
inheriting skoloto and what do they call room divider?
Yes. So that's what we're talking about when we talk wealth. In fact, as Standard Bank, what we say is we want to leave each generation wealthier than the last. So there's a lot around legacy, around generation to generation. Yes, the here and now is important because we do also want to enjoy our wealth, right? But let's also think about tomorrow and the generations to come. Rich, on the other hand, might be here today, might not be here tomorrow. And so what we really want for our clients is that wealth and that ability to pass wealth on from generation to generation. So whilst we can help you to grow your wealth, we also want to help you to keep your wealth and to protect it so that there is that passing on to different generations of wealth. It's really important.
And I almost feel like being rich is something short term. It feels fleeting and it feels possibly superficial in the sense that it's maybe something that can play into what the status needs to look like. That bill you post that shows how many ace of spades you ordered, that luxury handbag, as opposed to the fact that your child will never have to worry about owning property. They will never have to worry about their grandchildren's education because it's already covered. So if now we look at the private client promise that is being offered, a commitment to helping clients grow, protect, and enjoy their wealth. I find the line protect so important because we have seen many well-known families in this country where they could have had generational wealth, but it looks like the wealth kind of died maybe one or two generations in.
Indeed. And I think that's where it becomes really important to plan for that wealth. How is it that we're going to retain it so that future generations benefit from that wealth? So a number of things come into that. Insurance, wills, estate planning. And sometimes these can seem like really morbid topics. But I think the alternative of not having those things, a lot of us will know a story of somebody really wealthy who passed away but didn't have those tools in place.
Aish.
So it's important that we think about them and we consider what it looks like whilst we're here, but also when we do leave. So again, there are tools, there are solutions, there are products that we should all be thinking about in terms of retaining that wealth.
And I think just in terms of the tools that you're speaking of, in the sense that it doesn't always mean the money was not there when a person passed on.
Absolutely.
It might have been there, but maybe things were not set up in a way to protect it. Because realistically, people who inherit, not necessarily the ones that are controlling estates, can be their own worst enemies, not in any way to lay blame, but because coming into a lot of money while also grieving, while also X, Y, and Z, can be an exceptionally confusing time.
Absolutely. And I think what's really important and what we are trying to help our clients with is to have those conversations whilst they're still here. So one of the things that we do is in our private banking offering, we'll give you a private banker who helps more with your day-to-day banking needs. But with that private banker, we also give you a financial planner. So you've got somebody helping with your day-to-day needs, but you've also got somebody who's really looking into how do we retain your wealth today? How do we grow it? But how do we also make sure that there is that legacy planning aspect around it? That's something that's really unique around how we position our private banking offering. And it really is to say to our clients, we understand that you've got day-to-day banking needs. that's important. But we also want to be able to have those conversations around creating, retaining, and growing wealth. And that's where the wealth planner becomes really important. So the things I spoke about around budgeting, around understanding your income and expenses, a wealth planner will start there with you exactly where you are at that time, to then equip you and give you the education, because sometimes we don't know and we don't understand, and it can be quite intimidating. And what that wealth planner does is then walk that journey with you from the start.
One of the most difficult things that we all deal with, but I know in particular with Black families, is talking about the inevitable, which is our own demise and transition from the physical world into the afterlife. And it's a tough conversation, but what ends up happening is you have children and beneficiaries who don't know what is going on.
Indeed.
At all. And I know when we think wealth, people will only think investments. They will only think, oh, what's happening with my retirement annuity and my pension fund, or what's happening with my funds that are sitting offshore and are sitting in foreign currency we know is going to grow beautifully. What have you found is the most difficult part of having those conversations, of to say, great, you and I, Rishabh, but what happens after? Who are the people you're responsible to? And what have you thought about in terms of the next generation?
I think, aside from the fact that it is generally a difficult conversation, as much as we all hope we will be here forever, the reality is we will transition. And it's not, for most people, something that they want to talk about openly. What I think kind of makes it more real and helps to have the conversation is to then say, you have this today. If we don't plan for the point at which you transition, this is what might happen. So remember, SARS is knocking at the door.
Ooh, SARS.
There's that element as well. And oftentimes people don't really plan for that. So it's important to then say, this is where we are today. If we don't have this plan in place at that time when somebody transitions on, these are the possibilities of what could happen. And I think that conversation really creates a different type of dynamic in terms of just then understanding, if we don't do this, where does that land us? But the power in then saying, but we can do it right now. And these are the things that we can do. So you'll find the conversation evolves from one of fear, from one of, I don't want to talk about it, to I actually want to protect my loved ones and make sure that they're taken care of.
There is such an interesting question that has come through, but I'm going to leave it for after the news. I want to really understand, why is this campaign so important right now? Why now?
I think I want to take a step back in answering that question in just describing what we stand for as a bank, as Standard Bank. So we say what we exist for is to drive Africa's growth. That's what Standard Bank commits to doing, and that's our vision as a bank. And what does that actually mean? It means that we need to support wealth creation. We want to provide security to individuals. It means that we want to help our clients to achieve their aspirations and to achieve their life goals. So when we positioned this promise to make our clients wealthier, it was understanding that our clients' needs are evolving. Wealth means very different things to very different people. And that's changed from, say, 10, 15, even 20 years ago. And really saying, based on what we're seeing our clients' needs are, wealth could be providing an education for my children. It could be building a house for my parents. It could be traveling. It means different things to different people. But there is one underpinning element around that, and it is how you grow that wealth. So what you then do with it differs between people, but the way or the journey to get there is quite similar. And so we had to take a step back and really think about, if we're saying we want to drive Africa's growth, we're also saying that we want to leave generational wealth, and we want to make each generation better than the last. How do we practically make our clients wealthier? What are the things that we can help them with? What is the formula essentially to growing wealthier? And that is how the client promise was birthed, really to enable our clients to live wealthier and for us to live up to our commitment to drive Africa's growth through helping our clients to meet their aspirations.
We are going to head over to the news, and when we come back, really talk about the how and get into the nitty-gritty of this client-centric philosophy. It is 2:30. We will continue with the masterclass. For now, time for your latest Eyewitness News headlines. Good afternoon.
Thanks, Relebogile. Good afternoon. The family of a teenager killed after she was run over by a car during a traditional ceremony in June has slammed what they say is the slow progress of the case. 13-year-old Priti Mahlangu died in hospital after she was hit by a car during a traditional coming-of-age ceremony in Germiston in Ekurhuleni. The embattled Mfuleni local municipality has struck a deal with Rand Water, resulting in a payment of 660 million rand towards its outstanding debt. Previously, Rand Water attached the municipality's bank accounts after it failed to settle its 1.7 billion rand bill. And another sector, Education and Training Authority political fallout is brewing. This follows Higher Education Minister Buti Manamela's appointment of administrators to help to turn around the struggling SETAs. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 3 or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Well, at this stage, if you're heading towards Germiston, that's leaving the Alexandra area. There's slow-moving traffic on the N3 southbound. This is due to an accident scene just before Modderfontein Road, causing about a 30-minute delay all the way from Marlborough Drive. Also, slow-moving traffic if you're heading through the Joburg CBD, heading towards Boysons Road. This is on the M1 southbound between Empire Road and the Crown Interchange. Also, but for those faulty traffic lights, this is in the Edenvale area at Modderfontein Road in Van Riebeek. Traffic lights also not working in Midrand at Olifantsfontein Road and the N01. If you come across any other traffic issues, please SMS us on 31702. We are also on X at EWN Traffic.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
702 delivers
on the matters that matter to you.
Hi everyone, my name is Tsapang from Midrand. I love 72 because of the credibility of their news, the also credibility of their information. You can rely on their presenters, and on a lighter note, I also love their Waste Quiz feature.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
so we can deliver more on what matters to you.
702 listens.
Let's walk the talk.
In a world where traffic is the enemy of progress, one man is in a race against time, through the noise, through the chaos, chasing something no GPS could find.
Accident detected ahead. Expect a 30-minute delay.
Not today, sweetheart. Not today. Write your own story with the Haval H7 from only 6,799 per month. Visit gwm.co.za for T's and C's and to book a test drive. Brought to you by GWM Finance, a division of Westbank, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider.
Choose the best. The new Huawei Pura 80 series. The master of photography. A super sensor with precision zoom. Stay sharp from dawn to dusk with a superior 1-inch ultralighting camera and ultralighting macro telephoto lens. The master of color, enhancing every frame with vibrant color and incredible clarity. Tricky lighting? No problem. Take portraits against the light with every face perfectly illuminated. It's more than a phone. It's a professional studio in your pocket. Go beyond with Huawei Pura 80 series.
It all starts with FNB Private. With secure, easy payments for a hassle-free overseas holiday. Tap, swipe, or go digital with your FNB Visa cards. Earn rewards when using your FNB credit card or global account debit and virtual card. You can even fund your global account on the FNB app while traveling. Make the most of every moment. Unlock invaluable with FNB Private. Help changes everything. FNB, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized FSP and credit provider. TCs, earn rules and limits apply.
The 12th edition of the DSTV Delicious International Food and Music Festival, powered by Lotto Star, is here. Experience unbeatable vibes this heritage weekend at the Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit on the 20th and 21st of September. On Saturday, the 20th, catch Don Toliver, Cuesta, Inkabi, Zezwe, and more. Then on Sunday, the 21st, don't miss the iconic Lauryn Hill on her 25th anniversary tour with special guests Wyclef Jean, YG Marley, and Zion Marley. with Lira, Mandi Sidyantis, and Zoe Mudicha also performing on the Sunday. Tickets at Ticketmaster. The DSTV Delicious International Food and Music Festival, powered by Lotto Star and proudly supported by 702.
Coming up
on 702 Drive.
702 Drive, coming up from 3 to 6 p.m. with Tabo Sholem. Tabo, I didn't see you.
Oh, wow. You didn't?
No, listen, hear me out.
Yes.
Hear me out. There was a cheese cop sitting where you're sitting, ne?
Two different cheese
Prior.
cops.
But so I
feel insulted to
I
be
looked
compared
at Abel
to that other cheese cop.
because I'm like, where's it coming from?
Yeah.
And so he points at you and I'm like, Karabo. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, hi.
Just the comparison will make me send an email to HR almost immediately. Such an insult to be compared to Karabochani. Goodness me. The nerve.
Battle of the cheese cops. So earlier on, we were asking the question around how important is it that your job is fulfilling to you?
Yeah.
Some people were saying, my job is just there to pay bills. Job. Many people were anonymous. My experience is I've never known a life without doing work that truly fulfills me. So I
Yes.
can't relate.
Yeah.
So much so that if I do win that jackpot, when I win the jackpot,
The
no one will
universe.
know because I'll still be coming here. I
All right.
genuinely enjoy my work.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Are you doing work that's fulfilling?
I am. That's why.
But you're so bad at it. I'm
Oh,
joking.
wow. I was going to say the same about you, but I thought, have manners, Tabo. Have manners. No, on a serious note, I'm extremely lucky to be doing different things that I love. And I love all of them. And I honestly feel divinely favored because when I'm not here, I'm also doing stuff that I truly, truly love. But the reason I bring chips every day here is mainly to thank God for having an opportunity to do what I love with all my heart, yet so many people, millions of people, will never ever get to do it. They'll go to their graves without having spoken behind the microphone. And some of us, only a few, especially in South Africa, are so lucky to do it. So that's a real reason why I bring chips every day to work. It's my way of saying thank you to God.
I didn't know this.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for everybody who does not know, Tabo brings us snacks every time he comes.
Yeah.
He skipped a day or two. We'll never forget them. But he genuinely does. Like, he brings for everybody. Anybody that if you're feeling like, something, and Tabo's on air, you know to come and there will be something there for you. I had
That's the
no
reason.
idea.
That is the honest to God, that's the reason. Because I feel so grateful that there's so many people who want to do it. They'll never get to do it. And how lucky can one be to get to do this?
Can I tell you a saying I learned this past week?
Yeah.
Because our jobs can be difficult and challenging and
Yeah.
frustrating. But it said, what a gift, what a blessing it is to be frustrated and challenged by something that you yourself chose.
Yeah.
Like, we don't think of it
I
that
know,
way.
I know.
That like we chose that challenge.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
chose it. Whether it's like a frustrating somebody or a caller swearing at us, this thing, and we wouldn't be doing anything
Exactly.
else.
Or a terrible voice note that's
Right.
directed to you or anything.
Or
it's
a
still
colleague
okay.
talking about your chisco.
Well, that you must stomach every now and then. Yeah, but I love your topic. Honestly, we're very lucky to be doing what we're doing. Very, very lucky. Right, coming up between 3 and 6, a couple of things. There are more and more South Africans earning less than 40,000 rands. Actually, the
Wait,
average...
a year?
No, per month.
A month, okay.
Yeah, per month. The average is around about 10,000, 20,000 rands. And this is more broadly reflected in the average pay data, which declined slightly in July 2025. So lesser and lesser South Africans are getting 40,000 rands per month, and they are within the range between 10 and 30,000. So we'll look at that data, and we'll try to analyze it. What does it mean for the broader South African working population? We will also look into that story. You might have seen that Fikile Mbalula has won a gagging order against Anele Mda, and the politician that is. Now, we want to speak to Freedom of Expression Institute about where do you draw the line? Can I just go on Twitter and say something nasty about Relebogile? And it's okay because it's freedom of speech. And this also helps us to zoom into those limitations and say, enough is enough. You can't just go and say whatever you want to say. Whoever the person may be, whether we like Fikile or not, it's immaterial completely. But the truth is, you can't just post whatever you want to post about someone and get away with it. So that's we want to test those limits. Where do you draw the line between freedom of expression and restraint thereof? World Mosquito Day today, and we'll touch a little bit on that. We do know that there are some diseases that are transmitted by, or that are spread by mosquitoes, I should say. And on a lighter note, pet names that you have rejected. So your partner called you babe, and you said, I'm not babe. You've called your previous girlfriends babe, and you're here calling me babe. Why? So pet names that you really don't like in a relationship that you have rejected.
Oh, I've got the perfect one.
I'm all ears. I knew it. I was waiting for this moment.
So when your partner says Relebogile, you're like, no, my name's not Relebogile, it's babe.
Got it.
I mean, really, Relebogile. I mean, honestly, that is the pet name. Because you know, the same way my parents will call me Nunu when they're in love with me. The moment they say Relebogile, shame. It's over. 702 Drive coming up from 3 to 6 p.m. with the chief Chiscob of the building, Thabo Shole Mashao.
702
Masterclass.
It is 18 minutes to 3 o'clock. We continue with our masterclass on living wealthier with the Standard Bank Private. And we are in studio with Michelle Munemo, head of CVP Private Banking at Standard Bank. That is Client Value Proposition. Such a fancy title. 011-883-0702 and the WhatsApp line 072-702-1702. Now, before we continue with our conversation, and we are going to get to the question around this client-centric philosophy, Michelle, there is a voice note that's come through.
Let's hear it.
Hi, Relebogile. Thank you for the topic and welcome to your guest. I just wanted to find out, for example, if, let's say, I won 100 million with the lotto or the Powerball, how would I then go about, let's say I want to, we've all got these plans and all these dreams if we win it, and we want to give so much to this one and so much to that one. But I'm sure you can give us some advice on what is the best thing to do first. Shivers in Boksburg.
Oh, Shivers in Boksburg. Listen, we must say when, not if. When. When, not if. So I think many of us have fantasized, Michelle, about what we do with the 100 million. And from a non-financial advisor, non-financial expert perspective, if a person is not starting with paying their debt, ndiwari dingawe sana.
So the first thing we need to do is make sure we give to SARS what is owed to SARS, right?
Man.
Then we can have a conversation about what remains. But what you say, Relebogile, is a great point. Paying off debt is always advised and encouraged. The benefit of paying off debt is it frees up cash flow, right? So that monthly payment either reduces or we eliminate it. It then creates capacity in that, whether it's 100 million or whatever it is that you've won, to then really focus on the things that are wealth building to you. Now, we've already said that wealth means different things to different people, right?
Yep.
So whatever it means to you, it's important that you free up enough cash to be able to then enjoy that. I think that oftentimes we think that, building wealth, creating wealth equals to I must not enjoy myself. It's a very, very fine balance. I think that in building wealth and creating wealth and understanding what we want to do with our wealth, we must also enjoy our wealth. In the instance of somebody who's won a large lump sum of money, we would also then advise you to speak to a financial planner. I think that we all have these beautiful dreams of, if I won the money, I think you said you would still come here every day. The jury's out. We'll see when it happens, not if it happens.
I'll phone. I know, Michelle, you're going to phone me first and
I will
say,
call you.
My new client, my
Yes.
new favorite client.
Let's have a conversation. So I think a conversation with a financial planner would be quite wise to then say, what do we do with this money? What of it do we use to pay off debt? What of it do we use to grow the money, right? Because we want to set aside some to actually grow. And what of it do we use to put in our legacy and into building wealth for future generations? So apportioning that money between those different elements. And of course, what of it are we going to enjoy? So there's almost 4 different buckets to think about it in terms of how we allocate that money. What's important is to plan. I think that we would all get very excited if we won that amount of money, but if there is no plan, that amount of money might not be there in the near future. So to sit down with somebody and have a conversation around what are our goals, what are our aspirations, and how do we then plan for this money that we've received.
I'm so glad you said, something along the lines of having fun, because there are people, and I'm sure you have some within the Standard Bank private clientele, that are underspenders in the sense that they save so much for this long term that they don't even enjoy the fruits of their labor right now. And in this hypothetical scenario of the 100 million, let's say the 5 million has covered the debt and the 5 million covers the black tags to say, never call me ever again. When you're left with that 90 million, you would still advise to say, okay, don't just save all of it, like live a little.
Yeah, I think a balance is really important, right? So as much as we want to live a little, we also want to protect ourselves against shocks. And that's saving, that's insurance, that is really making sure that we have in place the tools and structures to say, if I lost my job today, do I have a savings net somewhere? So it could be your savings. I mentioned insurance because something could happen to the house, to the car. Having insurance is really important. So one key component of how we say we help our clients to grow wealthier is to say we help you insure and protect those assets once they exist. So it's really a balance, right? There's the enjoying, there's the insuring, there's the protecting, there's the growing. All those elements come into how we help you to create and to retain wealth. So it's not one or the other. These things work together in order to form that total picture of what we say we will do or how we will help you to become wealthier.
We're going to take another break. When we come back, we continue with this masterclass.
Zinzi, the Gen Z. Word on the street is you sold your car.
Yes, and I needed a glow up. Hashtag no hustle, no hassle.
So wait. The influencer got influenced by We Buy Cars.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And they came to me. They checked the car, they gave me an offer. Oh, and they paid me immediately. Easier than an Insta Live, without the weird DMs at 2 a.m.
I didn't understand half of the things you just said, but hey, We Buy Cars. Geared for the glow up, geared for you.
Dreaming of a tropical escape? World Leisure Holidays has your ticket to paradise with exclusive getaways to the Indian Ocean Islands. From the beaches of Mauritius and the Maldives to the charm of Madagascar, Seychelles, Zanzibar, and more, your dream destination awaits. Take advantage of early bird specials and pay stay offers. Call 011-285-2500 and mention 702 for a mystery discount. Or follow us on social media or contact your nearest travel professional. Start planning your escape today. T's and C's apply.
The unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates' timeless wisdom reminds us of the power of introspection. At Plus 94 Research, we delve deep into data, uncovering insights that drive meaningful decisions. Our scientific methodologies transform questions into clarity. Don't just operate, understand. Don't just guess, know. Plus 94 Research, the science of decision-making.
How are you making financial moves to secure a wealthier life? Find out on the Masterclass with Relebogile Mabotja, brought to you by Standard Bank Private on 702.
They open their doors before sunrise, stayed up late, showed up. Now they've made it to the finals of Gauteng's greatest awards with 702 and Yoko because of you. But they're not done yet. Your vote that could make them Gauteng's greatest. Go to primemediaplus.com now to cast it. Because support isn't just spoken, it's action. And your vote is a standing ovation for the Corner Cafe with the big dreams, the local legend who never gave up, the startup that's changing the game. Gauteng's greatest award with 702, powered by Yoko. Let Yoko Counter fuel your business to greatness. Go to yoko.com to explore the new point of sale solution, saving hundreds of businesses time and money.
10 minutes to 3 o'clock, and we continue with this masterclass on living wealthier with Standard Bank Private. And we are chatting to Michelle Munemo, head of CVP Private Banking at Standard Bank. Your calls with your questions 011 883 0702 and the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702. There are some questions that are coming through. Iemand het 'n WhatsApp in Afrikaans te send. En my Afrikaans is standaard 5. Nie graad 7 Afrikaans nie. Asseblief kan julle jou WhatsApps in Engels gesend. What is send in Afrikaans? Guys, I will do my best, but I don't want to mess up your Afrikaans WhatsApps. Please send them in English.
No pressure.
All right. There's one that says, when I win 100 million rand, and after investing, can I get the dividends months? I think resend that question unless you understand what that question is. Can I get the dividends months?
I think what the person may mean is, can I get a monthly income, perhaps?
Oh, from
the investments.
We were just talking about that off air, that you could possibly live off the
Just
interest.
off the interest,
Yes.
absolutely. So we have quite a wide range of investment solutions, which have different structures. They have different payout periods. Some of them are monthly, some of them are annual. So really, again, coming back to the financial planner and why it's critical, those are some of the things that a financial planner would then use to then assist them to guide in terms of what is the best investment solution for you. So if I just came to you, I don't understand your needs, your aspirations, and I say to you, invest in this product, it's not a meaningful and fruitful conversation. But if I try to understand your aspirations, you might say to me, I'm saving for a holiday in the next 12 months. Then in the back of my mind, I'm starting to shape up what are the solutions that we have for you. And then it becomes tailoring the solution to your needs, rather than a one-size-fits-all. And that's where the financial planner becomes really important, to understand your aspirations. In this case, the person would want a monthly income, and we would tailor then the solutions and products that we have to align to that need from a client perspective. So absolutely, the answer is yes, it is possible.
Can we chat about the role of your relationship managers and advisors, especially for anybody who is not necessarily yet at a level where they qualify for the private banker, but maybe you can chat to us about those different levels, because we're all going to get there someday.
So what's nice about our private banking offering is there are different tiers within that. So entry level is a salary of 25,000 rands per month, and that goes right up to our signature client proposition, which is a client earning a little bit more than 90,000 a month. So what does that mean? It means that there is something for most people within the private banking proposition. What might differ is one might have a dedicated banker versus a team of bankers, but common to those is when you need to speak to somebody, there will be somebody available to speak to you around your banking. So what I would encourage is for any listeners who are keen or interested in a private banking offering is to go to our Standard Bank website. There is information on the different propositions with the different solutions that we have within our private banking offering. You can also call on 010-824-1517, and somebody will happily speak to you about where we are and what we can offer you from a private banking perspective.
Your key role, of course, is understanding your clients. I really want to know what makes your clients more unique or special than the clients of other banks, the people that are choosing to come to Standard Bank? Is there something unique about those clients?
I think what is unique about our clients is clients who are looking for a bank that is trusted. Standard Bank has been in existence for more than 160 years. So a lot of experience, a lot of trust. You'll find a lot of our clients are quite seasoned and have been with us for many, many years. So loyalty is really important to our clients. What is also quite unique about our client base is the number of varying personalities, personas, client types. It's not a typical private banking client. You'll find somebody who's young and has just started their career and is looking for a bank to partner with them to grow them. You'll also find somebody who's been with us for 30 or 40 years and is walking that journey and has grown their wealth and is still with Standard Bank. You'll find somebody who's in the middle of their career and their life stage and is with Standard Bank. So what does that do? It pushes us to think very differently and very broadly around how we solve for these different client types rather than a one-size-fits-all solution. So the client that we have, in fact, I don't want to use the term the client because there are so many different types of clients within Standard Bank, is really a client who is looking to be understood and trust that we partner on them on that journey to really understand them and provide them with the solutions that they need.
And I think what I'm really taking away as well, when we speak about the growth, it's not just the growth of the wealth, it's also we grow with you.
Yes.
As you upgrade your life, or maybe you have a bit of a setback, you will be there to say, okay, let's reassess where we are right now.
Absolutely.
Things didn't go according to plan. Let's see how we assist. And of course, if there are other departments within the bank, like your CIB or anywhere else that you can point them in the direction of, you are able to do so too. Michelle, thank you so much for your time. As soon as my jackpot hits, signature,
I will call you.
Yes. You will be phoning me.
You will get the call.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. It's
so
been an
much.
absolute pleasure. It really has. And looking forward to help your listeners grow their wealth and become wealthier.
Indeed. Catch us again next week on the Masterclass with me, Relebogile Mabotja, brought to you by Standard Bank Private on 702. We'll be delving into the journeys of extraordinary individuals who are designing a wealthier life, making smart financial moves that build legacies just like you can with the right partner. Because Standard Bank Private understands that success goes beyond numbers. It's about living a fuller, wealthier life with vision, with purpose, and personalized support every step of your journey. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Dear Journal, trying to be an adult day 3471. Fridays at work used to be great. 3 p.m., laptops off, music on, even a cheeky beer. Now I just sit with Teams open and pray that Monet from finance doesn't message me at 4:57 p.m.
Hating the corporate 9 to 5? Get covered at pineapple.co.za. It's easy and like 19 Rand a day, so it's 100% the insurance for you. Underwritten by Old Mutual Alternative Risk Transfer Insurer Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP. Premiums are risk profile dependent.
Do you know what's hiding behind the colorful packaging of unhealthy food? Big food companies target children with unhealthy packaged foods that hide high levels of sugar, salt, and fat, which could lead to heart disease, diabetes, and hypertension. But the truth is hidden from consumers. Front of package warning labels are a proven solution to help consumers make informed decisions. The government must act now. We have the right to know what's in our food. Demand front of package warning labels. Sign the petition on heala.org, HEALA.org, by the 30th of September.
Whenever you hear deep in the heart and art of jazz, think Sia Makuzeni with the big band, Jasmine Horn, Alun Wad, the Baylor Project, Jose James sings Badu, Umusangare, Esperanza Spalding, Michelle Dugiocello, Elaine, Tezo, Munei, Monki Ngobo, and many other spectacular icons. Think Standard Bank Joy of Jazz Festival, 4 stages at the Sandton Convention Center, 26th, 27th, and 28th September, and take me there. Book via Ticketmaster.
Thank you so much for joining us on 702 Afternoons. I'm not back with you tomorrow, but the team will be standing in for me this Thursday and this Friday. Have a good one. It's 3 o'clock.
This is EWN.
An olive branch extended to various legacy foundations, and is another storm brewing in the CETA boards debacle. Good afternoon, I'm Bali Dlamini. The Eminent Persons Group to Good afternoon, I'm Bali Dlamini. The Eminent Persons